Attempted murder, private jet rides, and alleged bribe up to the tune of $2 million. These sensational allegations are made by the embattled chairman of the Imo State All Progressives Congress Election Committee, Ahmed Gulak, against the state governor, Rochas Okorocha, with recourse to the APC Party primaries held weeks back. These allegations come barely 24 hours after the expiration of the November 2 deadline by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for political parties to submit names of aspirants. From all indications, it appears Senator Hope Uzodinma of Imo is now the party's governorship candidate, as against the candidacy of Uche Nwosu, son-in-law to Governor Okorocha. It would be recalled that on the 2nd of October 2018, the APC National Chairman Adams Oshomale, in a press conference with journalists in Abuja, dissolved the Ahmed Gulak-led committee, which announced Senator Hope Uzodinma winner of the exercise.
Various leaders, you saw them. Whoever has challenges, this is like a political clinic. We are in a situation room, and it is normal that when you are carrying out a democratic exercise across the 36 states and FCT, you are bound to have some challenges. First, beginning with the FCT, I think there are some elements who believe that they can hijack the process and impose their personal preference. We are trying to clean up our political parties' internal democracy and eliminate corruption as much as we can from the process, and empower the ordinary party member to have a say and a decisive voice on who represent him or who fly the flag of the party. And FCT is the capital of Nigeria. If we cannot do transparent election in FCT, then for me it will be a sad day. So some elements within the FCT executive have tried, rather than going to work with the panel that have been set up, they be organizing sponsored protests to say they don't want democracy. If they don't want democracy, they will have to find a way to live outside the democratic space. But the All Progressive Congress is determined to enforce all the rules of democracy in FCT. And so today it has been wasted, because rather than going to vote, they choose to go to APC office, sponsored by people who want to manipulate the process. I have told everyone, my only purpose as chairman of this party is to deepen those core values of democracy, namely popular participation, inclusion, and giving everyone a sense of ownership of whatever is going on in the party. So FCT will have to do direct primaries. Today has been wasted. I have told the committee to go back, call the stakeholders, and by tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, they will have to start the process of conducting free, fair, direct primaries in the FCT. This is not negotiable. And those aspirants who are looking for shortcut, my advice to them is that there is no shortcut to the democratic process. If you cannot withstand the rigor of communicating, persuading, and earning the trust and respect of the ordinary member of APC in the FCT, then maybe APC should not be your party. This party is committed to popular participation. We have report from Zamfara State which shows that elections were botched because the process of the election was hijacked, materials were snatched, a result taken to unauthorized places, and the panel we said here, which is headed by an associate professor Abubakar Faki, and all the members, they came in unity to explain to us what happened. It's unfortunate that many people choose to opt for violence, but I'm happy that the panel insisted and they stood their ground and they refused to compromise, even in the face of intimidation. And we are going to have to conduct free, fair primaries in Zamfara. This process has to be done according to the rules and regulations of the All Progressive Congress. And that means it will be done by the electoral body. It will not be done by the state government. It will not be done by agents of the state government. Every party member in Zamfara State has a right, and that right will be respected by the NWC to vote for any of the aspirant of their own choosing. No amount of blackmail will make us abandon that. I think that is the right thing to do, but I do recognize that, like most commentators will say, and when I watch analysts on television, you know, the people have been used to a system whereby 2, 3, 4, 5 people go to a room and they come out and announce the candidate. My mandate as chairman of the APC is to be faithful to our constitution, and I swore to be allegiance, an oath of office in which I committed myself along with members of the NWC to be fair and just to every member of the All Progressive Congress. For me, this oath of office is not a formality. It is meant to be obeyed, and it is meant to guide our conduct, and we will do just that. So we are working on now. We are going to meet to set up a new committee that will do the election in Zamfara. Also, the people we sent to Adamawa, they couldn't get there on time, of course, for logistic reasons. And they are on their way now. Some have already arrived there. And we have directed them that tomorrow morning they will commence the exercise, direct elections in Adamawa State. And anybody who does anything that is not done in accordance with the procedure which vested the powers on the electoral panel, the outcome of that will not, of course, be acceptable. We have to, when we mean direct primary, we mean direct primary. It doesn't have two meanings. It simply means enabling everybody that is a registered member on the basis of the membership register. Those are the only people who are going to be allowed to vote. And that membership register has been made available to the party in Adamawa State. It has also been made available to those who are going to conduct election. Anybody parading fake membership card or whatever, those are not our document. We have no issued membership card. Our directive is clear. Use your PVC. Your PVC bears your name, your names, your ward, and your photo ID. The voter register, which the All Progressive Congress has generated, bears your name, your ward, and your photo ID. So the two are supposed to match. So if anybody try to fake membership card that we have not distributed, the person will be wasting his time. The basis for accreditation is the membership register, which is digitalized, and your PVC card. Any other form of identification that people try to procure, taking faking membership slip and so on, all those ones will not be used. And in Edo State, I also understand they try to do election in the morning before the arrival of the people we send there, and that election has been cancelled. It will be done properly tomorrow. Again, for logistic reasons, the members of the panel couldn't get to Benin on time. I'm sure first in the morning they will be there, and they will conduct the primary according to the spirit and the letter of our constitution and of the election guidelines. In Imo State, we are setting up a committee that will be manned by men and women who cannot be compromised in the light of what had happened the other day, and they will conduct a transparent primaries. For me and for the NWC, what matters in this process is not who wins. What matters in this process is the integrity of the process. Once the integrity of the process can be guaranteed, whoever wins.
Now, from all indications, it appears Senator Zedima is now the party's governorship candidate as against the candidacy of Uche Nwosu, son-in-law to Governor Okorocha.
Primaries are to be conducted not by state governments. Primaries are to be conducted not by secretary to state governments. Primaries are to be conducted not by state chairmen of the parties. Primaries are to be conducted by the electoral panel. The result of primaries are to be announced by the returning officers who chairs the panel that are sent to respective states.
Gulak claimed to have stood against all act of compromise by the governor, which led to the abduction of 2 members in his committee, paving the way for the legal declaration of Uche Nwosu as winner of the primaries. It says he was lucky to escape kidnapping by Governor Okorocha with the authentic result at hand. With Senator Zodima as the party's flag bearer, Ahmed Gulak says he has been vindicated from the petition leveled against him by Governor Okorocha. These new revelations ascribes to the fact that APC crisis is not far from over, as several members of the party are still at loggerheads. Roots TV, Abuja.